Joe, so here's an interesting view, right? Point of view gripping a golf club. So a couple of things. You can see when I put a club in my hands, it sits kind of in the cradle at the base of my index finger, then this heel pad folds on top. So when I put the face in view and you look down, you can see how I have a bent back hand, but my wristwatch is still pointed to my left. So that's a situation where I have this extension in the back of my wrist that can go to flat. So a left hand, this is a vertical condition. Okay, so there's a vertical up and down. It's not a turn situation, it's just vertical and bent back. And you can see how my thumb and index finger are sort of opposing one another. So when I pop my left hand on there, this heel pad is on top of the grip. There's a square club face over there, in this case vertical. My left thumbprint is in the top right quadrant of the grip. And if you're going to talk about where the V points, the V in golf is this just sort of connection of thumb and palm, kind of points up to my right shoulder, give or take. So there's how a left hand, or a lead hand, you're a lefty, so this is just flipping around, goes on a golf club. Now a trail hand, here's what I want you to look at. Here's a fist, there's an index finger that's an extension, and even mild hyperextension of the back of a palm. So I'll do that a couple times. Like there's an index finger that's an extension of the back of my hand and a mild hyperextension. And then when I put my hands on here, if you look at my fingers or what part of my hand's closest to the club head down there, you could say it's my index finger, not my thumb. So now when I kind of toggle back and forth here, you see what's happening. Now I'm a fan of overlapping, not interlocking, because interlocking, people always go too far connecting their hands together, and then it doesn't really leave them a place to really put their thumb because they get it too far in the palm. Like this is too far in the palm. There's a grip that is in the fingers of the right hand, which allows that palm to kind of fold onto the thumb. And you see the valley of my right hand kind of between the thumb pad and my heel pad, how that folds and covers. So I'm a fan of an overlap grip, and then that thumb rests on the target side of the grip. Why is that so vital? Because at the top of the swing, the club is going to settle, and I don't think I can do this with this camera necklace thing I'm wearing, but I'll kind of show you in another video. The club's weight sits in the cradle of that index finger and has nothing to do with the fulcrum of the thumb. It sits into that crook. So here's the grip at my address position. Ball location left center for an iron strike. Okay, handle of the club is pretty even with that skinny red stick relative to the barber pole. In a backswing, you're gonna, this thing's gonna work back up and in kind of a circular manner. It's a little dizzy for me looking at this through my phone. But, when you change direction, what happens is the trail wrist bends back, and what was bent, the lead wrist was bent at address, starts to flatten and flex back. And so now I'm in an impact position. Sorry, that's such a weird view for you, but I think you're trying to give you the look of what it's like to build a nice grip and where a thumb rests. Doesn't sit on top, and nor does enough pressure here. Because when you change direction, the weight of the club captures in the crook of that index finger rather than sits on that thumb.